We are in the final episode of a series, Supreme Court Tyranny. Can America be saved? And I'm inviting you to look at the other episodes if you've missed them. Go to our website, voiceofresistance.com. Watch the episodes. It's all free. And we will help you to have the rhetorical, intellectual weapons to fight and concrete things that you can do to resist this decision, but more importantly, to restore the Republic. Because if we're not restored, we will perish. So here's my final advice of things that we can do, and I'm going to break it down into several sections. And it's this: we must not abandon the political process, no matter how bleak our current situation is. And frankly, our nation is as corrupt as it is, largely because millions of Christians have ignored or abandoned government. They don't vote, they're not registered to vote, they're not involved in elections, nothing, okay? Friend, look, don't give up. Don't give up. Fighting in the political realm, it's better than bloodshed, because that's the option. I'll come back to that in a minute. Here's something we can do. We can ask our state representatives, our state reps, and our state officials. So if you live in Tennessee, you ask them. If you live in Alabama, you ask them. Ask them to craft a resolution that calls upon federal Congress to impeach the judges. Okay? Something like this. The State Assembly of Texas hereby calls upon the United States Senate and the House of Representatives to impeach the 5 members of the court who voted for homosexual marriage. Okay? Because both the House and the Senate play a role. All right? It's non-binding. I mean, such a resolution cannot compel Congress to do its duty, but it would keep the pot stirred up, okay? It would send the message that we and our state legislators will not allow this godless decision to stand. Frankly, impeachment can become a focal point during elections. In other words, make impeaching these judges and limiting the years that a Supreme Court judge can serve, make it a candidate litmus test. Mr. Candidate, will you vote to impeach these Supreme Court judges? Or will you help amend the Constitution to end judicial tyranny? Right? Could become a candidate litmus test. We can also join the growing call for a constitutional convention. Read up on it, okay? Read up on what a constitutional convention means. Now, there was times past it would have been a disaster, but right now, most state legislatures are controlled by righteous men and women, unlike our federal Congress, okay? A constitutional convention where the states get together through their reps, that could allow us to alter our federal constitution so that, say, federal judges are not appointed for life. We could overturn Roe. We could overturn Obergefell. We could remedy other evils. So, read up on the Constitutional Convention. Listen, be creative. The list I'm giving you it's just not exhaustive. But I want us all to not forsake the political process. Even though our judiciary right now is primarily in the hands of tyrants, except for guys like Judge Roy Moore in Alabama. So, but please hear what I'm about to tell you. The reason why the political process is so important, the reason why you must not abandon it, is because we don't have to go to war. Because then we don't have to kill people. Think about it. In ages past, governments were changed by civil wars, assassinations, exile, disappearances, invading other countries, okay? I mean, that still goes on in some places of the world today. I would rather have an election. I mean, if the wickedness of our people, if the wickedness of this nation can only be remedied by the violence of war, as some people now believe, and the Supreme Court judges allude to, if that's our path, if that's where we're headed, I want to have exhausted every other avenue before my sons are called upon to risk their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. I have been a leader in the pro-life movement for 30 years. And sadly, we have not prevailed in our goal to make it a criminal act to kill an unborn baby. There's reasons why we have failed. I wrote this book, A Humble Plea, to Catholic bishops, to evangelical clergy, and to lay people, explaining where we went wrong and what we have to do to prevail. We've made this available as a PDF online for free. I encourage you to go and download your own copy. Why does a nice guy like me keep getting thrown in jail? I have been arrested almost 50 times and spent over a year of my life locked up in various prison facilities. And I wrote a book, many books. In fact, one of them is called Why Does a Nice Guy Like Me Keep Getting Thrown in Jail? It's a theological work, answering those who say that the church should not be involved in politics or that we should retreat. I encourage you to get it. In fact, get one and give it to your pastor.